Well, the game was close. It wasn't a complete blowout like we thought. Could have been worse.
That's very true. They could have gotten a point.
That's a very good point. At this point, they should probably just try and lose out. Get the best odds for Connor Bedard. Hello, everybody, and welcome to DDFR number 72 on the season. Today, we are going to react to the Anaheim Ducks losing 3-2 to Winnipeg in the last game of the season against them. All right, let's hop right into it. All right, Ducks lose 3-2 to the Winnipeg Jets. That concludes the season series against them. The Ducks did not get a single point, so if the Ducks do end up getting Connor Bedard, the Winnipeg Jets are one of the teams that Anaheim Ducks have to thank. As you can see, right below me again, Ducks got outshot 33-20. Better margin than last time because they had at least half the amount of shots that the other team had. So trending in the right direction, but still outshot pretty heavily. 13 shots through 3 periods. That's about 4 shots in every single period. 4 more shots that they had. It's not great. It's not great. So, Ducks actually strike first in this game. Cam Fowler just kind of throws a shot through a bunch of screens, and even Scott Harrington kind of ducks as this puck goes by him. It just kind of finds its way through the screens and goes into the net. Max Jones gets the primary assist, Troy Terry with the secondary assist. Good for Fowler. This is his second season in a row where he's made a new career high in points. And 10 goals, not anything to laugh at for a defenseman. It would be really cool to see how well Cam would be playing on a team that was good. And then later on, about minute, actually a little less than a minute, so it was more like 45 seconds after the Ducks scored, Mason Appleton gets it right back. I mean, I'll be real. Dostal probably should have had this one. 2 of the 3 goals that were scored on Dostal squeaked through him. And when I say squeaked through him, I mean barely got through him and landed right behind him, and he had no defenseman there to clear the puck out of his paint, and he just was kind of left hanging out to dry. Let's be real. That's what happened here. He made the initial save. He made enough of the save so that the puck wouldn't go in the net. He made enough of the save where he could react and get the puck if his team was able to tie up anybody. In the second period, same thing happened on the Kyle Connor goal. Squeaked through him, and Connor was able to tap it in right after a Pierre-Luc Dubois shot that got through Dostal. It's not really Dostal's fault. It's the only goal in the second period, and I mean, the game was called relatively even. There weren't any egregious penalties that were missed or anything like that. The Ducks actually dominated the face-off dot and the physical game. They had 3 more hits, but their defensive structure is what let them down yet again in this game. Frank Petrano with just a really great shot in the third period. It was almost 6 minutes into the third period, and he just ripped it by Hellebuck. Yeah, as a Jets fan, that might be a little concerning to see Hellebuck let that one in, but it was kind of a rocket of a shot. So I don't really fault him all that much. This last goal for the Jets was a heartbreaker. It was a serious heartbreaker. Again, defensive structure, again, let them down. They weren't on the power play. They weren't on the penalty kill. And Adam Lowry just sitting in front with his stick on the ice. That's all he had to do in this play. That's all he had to do. Put his stick on the ice and redirect it into the goal. Backdoor, just redirected in, and I mean, the Jets take a 3-2 lead. They hold on. The Ducks couldn't really get a whole lot of offensive momentum going in the last few minutes of the game. They had the goalie pulled for a little bit, but Winnipeg played lockdown, which is kind of weird to say, considering for the longest time it was they would try and score empty net goal after empty net goal, and it was a double-edged sword. Sometimes they would get it, sometimes they would give up really bad chances and allow the other team to tie the game. Ducks below 20% again. Really bad defensive game. That's all this was. It was a bad defensive game, and it ended up costing the Ducks. Dostal gave his best effort, even with those goals that squeaked through him and weren't great. there's still not much he could do. Like, he made the initial save. He needs help from his defense from time to time. Like, maybe one of those goals gets scored, but, like, letting 2 of those, you need to be able to get back and clear the puck out of the paint. Go all the way back, follow your man to the net, tie him up. That's what you need to learn. Ducks play against the St. Louis Blues for their final game of the season against the Blues. We are now only 10 games away, including this one against St. Louis, until the end of the season. And St. Louis has been okay recently. They haven't been amazing. I mean, Jordan Binnington has been a real detriment to this team. 892 save percentage, 22, 24, and 5. Those stats aren't great. Hofer, new guy that they just brought up recently, 3-0-1. My guess is we probably see him. We see him or Thomas Grace. I really don't think that Jordan Binnington would be playing that much anymore this season. There's been multiple times this season where his coach has felt he's performed bad enough to call him out. And, I mean, as a goalie, you don't get called out that often. You really, really don't. Like, there's the famous, well, it'd be nice to get a damn save once in a while from Tortorella. But that's, like, one of the most infamous ones. And that's not even saying that bad, like, saying something that bad about the goalie. It's like, goalie's had a rough patch. It'd be nice to get a save once in a while. Dude, Binnington is way, way worse than just being sub 900 save percentage. He is causing issues with his team. When he gets pulled, he's causing issues after he gets pulled. Not for his, like, with his teammates, but for the other team. It riles up the other team, makes them play harder. And, yeah, I'm sorry, there's a reason he got suspended this year. The game is at 7:30 Pacific Standard Time. That's 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. It'll be on NHL Network for everybody. Yeah, I expect this to be actually a relatively close game, especially if Jordan Binnington does play. My guess is that we'll get John Gibson in this game since we got Lucas Dostal last game, but either one is better than Jordan Binnington, but the Blues have more talent. So it's kind of a wash. We'll see how it ends up. Alright, that is it for this one. Thank you all so much for showing up and watching. I appreciate everybody who watches the DDFRs. Hit that like button if you like what you saw. Hit that subscribe button if you really like it. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.